Good day.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome.
Hello.
Welcome to the Raw Convo with the real Sheri Kondo.
That's me, Sheri Kondo. To the gym.
Hello, hello.
Jim Kondo.
Good to see everybody here. Welcome, and we're excited to be together with you. Make sure you go to Instagram and that you follow there, that you go to YouTube, subscribe so that you are one of the first people to get information on what is happening here with the real Sheri Kondo. And be a part of what's happening. So
you're missing great stuff if you're not part of it.
Some great interviews that are on there now. Powerful things that'll make a difference in your business, in your entrepreneurship, and in your life. So,
yes.
All right, very good. Got coffee this morning?
Coffee.
Oh, she's doing coffee. All right. Oh, you can't see my cup's just. Oh, it's the other way around.
Oh.
There we go. Right. We are all conquering the world.
Conquering the world.
All right. Together we can do it together. We can conquer the world. So, all right. So you got coffee going?
Yep.
All right.
Yep. I'm ready. Ready, set, go.
All right. So today we want to talk a little bit about the real Sheri Kondo and the raw business.
Yes.
And so, really, the first question or the first thing we really want to talk about is why the real Sheri Kondo, or how the real Sheri Kondo came about. And really, I think it comes back to, it really starts with the why.
Yep.
Right? And so
I think the raw business kind of started first, the concept of raw business, and then because it's sort of multifaceted, we branded it first with the real Sheri Kondo, because I've done a lot of things in life. I think we've all done a lot of things in life. If you're young, maybe not yet, but if you're, mature, we'll go with that. You've probably had some experiences and you've done a lot of things in life. And when it came down to it, it was, this is who I've always wanted to be. This is what I've always wanted to be, but it's who I've always been. Is, helping people, talking to people, coaching or counseling or whatever you want to call it, with or without real the ability to do so, but it's just been, since I was a child, kind of part of me. So our son said the real Sheri Kondo is ridiculous because people say things like I'm the real blah blah if they are famous, and if someone has created a side account to draw people into them. And so he says, you don't have that. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not famous yet. I don't yet have a reason to call myself the real Sheri Kondo, except that it was really part of me that this is who I really am. I am doing what it's inside of me to do. I think
the real Sheri Kondo, the real part is that, to the point that it is, there's so much fake persona on social media. There's so much fakeness. There's so much not real. And I think that, the concept of, well, let's just be real here. Let's just lay it on the line.
Authentic.
Let's just be authentic. I think
that's out there.
Yeah, that's the real word, I think, is authentic. And put it out there, not in a arrogant way, is so much as just the reality of life experience, as well as what you're bringing to the table. So I think that absolutely.
Yeah. So the real Sheri Kondo comes out of just putting it all out there. Telling what it is. Whatever the conversation is, whatever your real thoughts are, talk about it.
Yeah.
And really that's it, I guess. Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about anything.
Yeah.
And there shouldn't be anything off limits. We're all people. We're all going through stuff, whether it's in your business or your personal life, raising children, menopause, whatever it is. Everybody's doing it.
Yep.
So what are we afraid of, or what are we ashamed of, or what fears do we have around it? I just don't want any of that. I don't want any of those things, fears, worries, concerns, what will people think of me, reputation. I don't want any of that to define my voice, or to say, oh, that shouldn't be talked about. That's a taboo thing. I just don't think that there should be taboo things. And so whatever it is, we're going to talk about it.
That's good. That's real good.
That's it.
So, so then now let's talk a little bit about raw business.
Yeah.
So, raw business is an idea, is a concept, is a brand,
yes,
etc.
Yes.
Is the name of the book that's going to be coming out soon.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit of how that came about, or what is the raw business?
Yeah, so the raw business in, I'm going to say July 2018, I was with our adult children and we went to a farmer's market. And at the farmer's market, there's all these solopreneurs, I'll call them. And they all had these wares, things that they believed in, and they were carrying off their goods to farmer's market hoping to sell them. And it's everything from soap and fudge and canned goods and vegetables, and things that people were proud of that they were taking to market, and
including an $18
watermelon
that you bought. Yes, I remember that very specifically. Yes.
Because once I showed interest, and then the lady was like, "This is the best seedless watermelon of all time."
Right.
And I'd had this conversation with her, and I was like, "That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'll take one." And she said, $18.
Oh, and it was done.
I couldn't get out of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get out of it. Some of you would have been like, you would have had the inner strength to be like, what?
Right.
Nothing that grows for free in the dirt is worth $18. And you would have walked away. But some of my girls or boys out there are saying, I would have ponied up the $18 because I had a connection with this woman now.
Right. Now, if she would have said, and we're going to come back to the story of raw business we're coming from. So if she would have just said, so that would be 18, you could have been like,
dollars?
Yeah, 18 cents or not, right? So there was an option there. And there's a whole story behind that.
Maybe pesos, 18 pesos.
Yeah.
It would have been a $1 watermelon then.
Yeah.
I should have converted.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right. So anyway, you've gone through the farmer's market. Exactly.
And I just wanted to talk to every one of those people. It makes me emotional now.
Yeah.
This is silly.
Yeah.
I just wanted to whip out a camera and talk to every one of those people. And so that birthed the raw business. I really felt like I want to give honor where honor is due. I want to talk to people that are trying crazy things. To me, it's crazy to make fudge at your house and go to, or whatever. Okay, we're going to pull this together. We're going to stop crying here in just 1 second. So anyway, I just wanted to talk to all of them. And then that birthed this need to have a YouTube channel, which at the moment, and still today, I have no idea how YouTube works. I don't know how to build, when we tell y'all to subscribe, I think that's how we're supposed to build recognition on YouTube and all these things.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
We're
figuring it out. And so to think that I would go talk to people who don't know me, go talk to people about something that even I, at this very second, am figuring out, which is how to run a business. We've run multiple businesses, but everyone is different. And we've had businesses with employees and without employees, and businesses that were, what do we want to say? Like, you had high inventory, and we've had businesses no inventory and rely on other people's inventory. And we've had a lot of things.
That's right.
And still to this day, the current business I'm in, and even this being a business, is foreign to me. It's new to me. And so to think that I was going to go and talk to business people as if I knew what I was doing, that's absurd. And yet it's very real. It's very honest that I don't know what I'm doing. I don't always know what I'm doing. So then the raw business, it came to me. There's a scripture which I've narrowed down to one phrase. And that is that we will learn from another's field of work. And it just came to me that what people want is to try new things. What people want is freedom.
Yeah.
What they don't know is what they don't know.
Yeah.
They don't have any idea. And so a lot of us will enter into business because it's a dream, it's a goal. Maybe our product sounds exciting to us. We lead from probably the wrong direction. We jump in at the deep end of the pool because it's like, I don't know where else to get in, so I'm just going to hop into the deep end of the pool and I'm just going to flounder around and I'm either going to sink or swim. And there's just better ways to do it. And dare I say, college is probably not it.
Maybe.
College is probably not it. So where else do you learn? You learn from other people. And there's not enough other people telling their story.
Yeah.
There's not enough other people saying, I started this coffee shop because my buddy and I had a dream. And then when you say, well, where'd the money come from? They're like, well, we had some money in savings. It's kind of, it's leaned on us quite heavily to deal from our own pocket. So then we had to get investors. What did that look like? Well, we only knew to go to grandma first, right? And so who's teaching people?
Well, I think
who's sharing their story?
I think the thing is not just who's sharing, but who's asking those questions.
Right, who's asking the questions?
Excuse me. So who's asking those questions? Who's willing to go out there and say, hey, how did that work? What made that happen?
Right.
And I think that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Right?
And so when I say that there should not be a taboo conversation or a taboo subject, it's stuff like that. Where'd you get the money for this? How did you have the education for it? What made you want to do whatever business you're in?
Right.
And so I have yet to go back to the farmer's market and just pull people aside and go, hey, when you take a break, I want to talk to you.
Yep.
That will come.
Yep.
That is coming. Right now, we're just sitting down with individual business owners who we know who have really, really pulled themselves up by their own dreams and desires.
Yep.
And sat down and talked with them. And it is all in the effort that whatever business you're thinking of going into, you can look at someone else's business and learn a lesson from them. And we want to provide as a large variety of businesses where people have entered into a field that they weren't sure about, but they tried it anyway.
Yep.
And one of our interviews that's up now, Pax and Beneficia, it's a coffee shop in Irving, and the next interview I'll get to do is with his wife, who is a dentist, and she just opened her own practice.
Yeah.
And so I am so thrilled to get to bring not just the small business person or the franchise business person,
right,
but then people who are really in a technical field that they've had to then not just go to school to learn their technical field, but then branch out in also business ownership.
Right.
And
open their own practice.
It's so big. Yeah. There's so many moving parts to that for me. And I just cannot wait to chat with her about that. And so those are some of the things that are coming.
That's good.
And why it started.
That's good. So tell us the three main focuses of the raw business.
The raw business.
Kind of the three.
Optimism.
Okay. Yep.
And just that people believe in you.
Yeah.
I believe in you. To the gym believes in you.
Yeah, that's right.
If you cannot call up grandma and feel belief, or you cannot call up mom and dad, because sometimes, although well intended, it can feel negative when you're maybe the black sheep of the family. People, entrepreneurs sometimes feel like that, and they call up their family and they say, guess what? I have this great idea. And you're so ready for them to go, that's awesome, baby. I'm in love with you. So I love everything you do.
Yeah.
And they go, what? You can't do that. You have a secure job right now. And how will you feed the children? And how will you make that expensive car payment? Or it's well intended because they want to protect you from falling down. They, just like your mom and grandma and your dad have always done.
Right.
They want to catch you before you fall. and this is their intention, is to help you. And sometimes it comes across as negative. And so in our business, it is all optimism.
Yep.
We believe everything is possible.
That's right.
We believe you and your dreams can go as far as you and your dreams want to go.
That's right.
And if we can feed that flame, if we can fan that flame, or whatever the phrase is, we want to do that. Oh,
you're saying quotes like me.
Ooh, I'm quoting like Jim
That's
today.
right. That's right. That's right.
We want to do that for you.
That's
so
right.
our number one goal is to encourage optimism.
Yeah.
That we're optimistic about you. We want you to be optimistic
That's
about
right.
you. That
That's
you
good.
can do anything.
That's right. And then next, so from there,
Entrepreneurship, right?
yeah.
Which leads right to you can do anything.
Right.
And having your own business is absolutely something that is available to you. It's not a unicorn.
Yeah.
It is real.
Yeah.
It can be done. And no matter where you started from, it can be done.
That's right. And entrepreneurship is something that is it's the backbone of this of our country, of who we are as a people.
Yeah.
And it often is forgotten.
Yeah.
And it often is dismissed. And I think that you did a great study. I think it might even be a chapter in your book, but
might start the book.
That's right. That talking about the history of entrepreneurialism, entrepreneurship, and a little bit about that. And I think it's so powerful. So definitely one of the cores of the raw business.
Yeah.
So
we definitely gave away entrepreneurship in the 40s when our country began changing and the job became the most important. And so then the status thing was, where do you work? What do you do for them? And if we can change this country and take back what we do for them is what we do for us. Yeah. We do what we do to benefit the greater good, not to build someone else's dream necessarily. Right. So if you have an interest to own your own business, it was the foundation of our country, and we've given it away. And I think definitely over the years, somewhere after the baby boomers, we're not baby boomers. We're that next thing, whatever it is. What is it?
Is it Gen X?
Are we Gen X?
Yeah.
Someone will tell us. You're online right now. Tell me if I'm Gen X, if I'm after the boomers. But the boomers were kind of the last of the work 40 hours for 40 years to retire with 40% of what you made. And so our generation came on and said, oh heck no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I too I have two dads. One worked a government job for 35 years and retired comfortably, I think, but I never saw him happy about the work he did. And my other dad, who I thought was an entrepreneur, as I grew, just realized he didn't really want to have a job. He wasn't necessarily an entrepreneur. I love you, Dad, if you ever watch this. Please forgive me, and I love you. But the truth was that he wasn't necessarily entrepreneurial. He just didn't like having a job, which is different.
Well, he didn't like having a boss.
He didn't like having a boss.
Right. Job was okay.
He liked getting paid for stuff.
Right, there you go. It's the boss thing that
it's true.
And that kind of rubs a lot of us wrong, right?
It's true.
Yeah, I think that's my problem sometimes. So
no, that's not why you start your own business.
No, don't use that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship, we just believe in it. It is hard. It is difficult. Is it easier to report to someone's job and punch their time clock and get paid in 2 weeks? Yeah, probably. It probably is. And I can't say that, yesterday I didn't think that sounded like a really great idea. But I believe in it. I believe in entrepreneurship.
That's
I
right.
believe in people, renewing the belief in our country that we're able to provide for ourselves.
That's right.
And there's enough wealth.
That's good. That's so good.
And then our third thing is legacy.
Legacy, right? Developing a legacy.
Yep.
Right? So tell us a little bit about legacy.
Something that benefits the generation after you.
Yeah.
That you would build something that you can hand off. You would build something that makes enough money that it is not just benefiting your daily needs, that you're barely making the water bill and you're barely making the electric bill, but you're really making a lifestyle and that your children and their children would look at what mom and dad and what grandma and grandpa did as the foundation of your family, that your legacy is that you are building great history.
That's right.
Behind you. And so does that business get passed on to family? Maybe. Does it inspire your family to do something that generations before didn't have the courage to do? I hope so.
Yeah.
But that's what, optimism, entrepreneurship, and legacy, those are our purposes. Those are the things that we believe for people.
That's good. That's really good. All right, so let's wrap this up. Any last thoughts? Anything else you'd like to share? Coming from the real Sheri Kondo.
The real Sheri Kondo. You can do it.
That's right. That's
You
right.
can do it. And whatever it is in you to do, there are people already doing it.
Yep.
And so don't feel like you just have to figure out how to do a business plan, that you have to borrow money from grandma, or that you have to work a job while you build your dream. There are people doing it that you can learn before you start a better way. And if it seems right to you to work your job while you're building your dream, yes, that's a strategy.
Right. There's nothing wrong in all those things, but it doesn't have to be that way, or it can be that way.
Or maybe you don't have grandma to borrow from.
Yeah.
So in your mind, you're like, well, I don't have a grandma to borrow from, so I can't. Whether you can or cannot, you are right. You just choose which one.
That's
and
right.
so I believe that you can. You can figure it out. You can watch shows and listen to podcasts of people that have done things, that are doing things. But the thing I would warn from looking at other people is that you are looking at what they have accomplished. You are just beginning. So do not compare yourself to someone else's reel of life that is further down the road than you.
That's right.
There is vision. There is wisdom in learning from others, but it is not wisdom to compare.
That's good.
It is not wisdom to compare. So we believe that you can. We believe that you should, if you can. And whatever your dream is, whatever gets you emotional, whatever keeps you awake at night, however many times you've drawn out something you are inventing or you are creating, and you've got this napkin, you've got 90 napkins of this thing, start putting some wheels to it.
Yep.
Don't just let it sit inside you as a burning desire, turning to ashes at some point in your life. We get one chance here.
Yeah, that's right.
We get one chance in life to live, and so live. Really live. If it's in you to do something, do it.
That's good.
It's worth it. Even if you failed.
That's right.
It's worth it.
That's right. That's right. So good. So good.
So that is the real
right.
Sheri Kondo. That is the raw business.
Very good.
Why we do it is because we believe in you.
So awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being a part of the Raw Convo here. And join us every week. And, just having a great time having a raw conversation together. And
go to YouTube, watch
go to
the
YouTube,
videos.
Subscribe on YouTube.
Yep.
Let us know your thoughts.
Yep.
Share with us just anything that you might need, anything maybe we can help you with. We'd love to be a part of the conversation with you and to be together. And thank you for being a part of this community. Have an amazing season. Have an amazing week. And we'll be with you all soon again.
Thanks.
Be blessed. Bye-bye.
Bye.